Oh, press play and then a big yawn. That's not how you want to start a stream, is it? Whoops. Never mind. What are we gonna do today? I don't know, honestly. I'll look through the Trello board for our game and see what's up. We might have a play with Mover. We might have a play with 5.7. Might just have a tidy up. Just answer some questions on Discord, test out some theories that we've got. Just, yeah, just chill. So, it's a chill stream with no idea what's going to happen. First off, let's fix our hit reactions that aren't working in this. I know they're not working because I made them not work the other day. That can go there for the time being. And now we should get hit reactions. There we go. Nice. That's what we want. Right, let's have a look. Nice. Yeah, that feels good. Let's just check that slot, see what's going on there. Equipment slot. Or is it item slot? What? Is this tome template? Do you mean some template? Is this a template? No, this is my. This is my project. It's not a template. It might be a template. I might put it up as a template once I've figured out what's going on. Base template. Base. Icon. Ah, there we go. Preston hover sound works. What's going on? So, this inventory icon. Why have I set up the hover animations in here? Oh, okay, so I know what I've done wrong. Yeah. So what happens when you've had a project for ages and then forget what it is that the problems are and don't make very good notes? Because my notes are awful. It's fine. So here we have the inventory, which we edit here, which also nests the equipment slot preview. Is that how we make a nice little box? Okay, well that is trash. We don't want that. It's horrible. Okay. So these buttons need to be better. Let's do that quickly. Have we got a master? No, base widget is fine. User widget, WBP, inventory, buttons. That's just a loop system in terms of which I do. Like, however you would pick up stuff from a chest, it works the exact way from an enemy. An enemy is just a chest once they're dead. Base item, inventory icon. Interface, this one. So, on pre-construct this text box. Go set text, and then write the variable text to read. Instance edits workspace and spawn, and then we should be able to have not the master close button. What do I call this? Inventory button, and have that say inventory. What I want. It's too much energy for like so early in the morning, bro. Now, if I say real time fat man, then people are gonna think that I'm like calling you names or whatever. I want this animation. You know what's really annoying is you can't like move animations between things. So I just want to copy it. Copy these and see if we can do that. Yeah, let's go. Okay. So this is gonna freak out. No, it won't because I've copied the entire thing. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. Back to interface. Let's see what we're doing. I mean, it sounded energetic to me. Man, like it. Let's see. Oh, Kodiak, how are you, man? You alright? Looking after yourself, son? Play animation. Forward. And then we want to play animation reverse. And this does work. There's not a huge amount of like UI stuff knocking around. You can check out Taking Grace as a inventory video. It's pretty good. Like in terms of UI stuff, he's got like an animation video for UI animation. I'll teach you a lot of the basics. Like the basic gist of UI is to make as little as possible. So here, for instance, I've done a cardinal sin where I've made the same button like 4 times. You can see here, inventory, abilities, quest log, stats, settings, and that's awful. Like, don't do that. The idea is make one button and then it'll run the same animation on each button, and that way it won't break.
Easy.
No.
I was curious what Wu and Kerry were talking about.
Let's make the width on this 200.
But now I guess I'll go. Okay.
That's who it is. It'll be a. It's a like a RPG for the kids.
No, thank you.
What main character? It's got an inventory. It's got enemies. It's got a quest system. What it hasn't got is polish, and that's what it needs.
It doesn't have a weapon. No, he does.
There you go. Are you happy now he's got a weapon in his hand?
Yeah.
Backseat game dev. Chatting to me over my shoulder, telling me he doesn't have a weapon in his hand. Appreciate that. So yeah, just a base. Well, I say a basic RPG. So RPG that we started making back when I knew nothing a year ago, and now I know a little bit more than nothing, so I can make it a little bit better. Let's see.
Do I have to say what we're doing from underneath the door, cat? At the end, please.
Where was
Oh.
so there's a problem here where it takes like a second.
Is this what I'm talking about?
Oh, maybe it's that the animation doesn't actually. Let's check the animation.
Please. Wait a minute. How does Wolfie know that we had a sister? Carrie, how on earth did you not know that? Who is it then? Okay. Okay.
Right, let's put in.
What?
I started streaming. Suddenly, every kid wants to like play next to me. I'm so like. They were meant to be baking cookies, but they decided that that's not what they want to do. I'll make an action bar. I will show you in 10 seconds. But I'm just trying to figure this out. Maybe we just need to increase the speed of it, because it seems to be registering. So we'll just put it back at 2. Because it is like, as soon as I come off it, it unhovers. Let's check what the deal is with our action bar then. Where did I put it? Hood. Quick bars. Edit this widget. So at the start of the game, we loop through and create 4 slots, well, 1 to 4. Where we've only got a 4-slot quick bar, and then we add in our quick bar widgets, which are our quick bar slots, to set quick bar, and then we look in our quick slot component to find whether it's an item or an ability that we've got in there, and we check if it's what the stack is and how that works. And then, yeah, we do all the checks. So if it's not 1, then we reduce the inventory by 1. And if it is less than 1, then we pull it out. Here, I'm removing the duplicates, because items and abilities can't work both onto them. What I should have done is just cache this at the start, but just didn't. But yeah, that's it really. Like, it uses. Can I drag out items and spells from where? From the quick bar? From here? Or from the inventory into the quick bar? The answer to both questions is no, so I don't know why I'm waiting for an answer. No. I don't want drag and drop in this. Just because it's enabled for console. Yeah, so from both, no. Because I'd take away the console like section. I haven't seen drag and drop done very well in console stuff. So this is made for use with a gamepad. Well, it all depends how you set it up. This is set up with multiple sort of widgets, so I don't display this the stats bar. But if you were going to, then you would have to display the stats bar in the inventory and enable the drag and drop. That's going to be a weapon, mate. Interface. We are about to break this entire project. So this is going to be inventory. Which means I don't need any of this stuff. Yep, all that can go. But it does mean that this all breaks, which was kind of to be expected. Okay, so inventory, abilities, quest log, stats, and settings. Abilities. Quest log. Stats might do one. It's becoming a bit of a difficulty. And settings. And then we obviously need to change the name in these to go where we want to go. Abilities. Quest log. Yeah, but it's my own fault. Like, I built this badly at the start. I shouldn't have built it this way. These need some padding. Padding to the right. 50. Whoa, looking beautiful. Beautiful, my son. Yeah, I know the settings no longer exists. I mean, they still think it does. Why is it? Eh. Because the widget's such a... Inventory skills, quest log, stat settings. Inventory skills. Abilities. Try and name everything the same so you don't get confused. That's always a good idea. Right. Stats. Settings. So just do abilities. So this widget switcher could be an enum here that just handles all of that in one, and it might end up being that in a sec. Just says this one's active and then it turns all the others inactive. But right now I just want it to work, and then I will figure out an optimal way of making what I want work. That's what like game dev is though, right? It's just iterating through your stuff. Like you learn something new, you go back and you improve on what it is. Alright, I'll do this, test it, and then I'll answer the question that I've seen, or the two questions I've seen. Stats, settings. Inventory. Trying to animate. What? Emulate? What the heck is emulate? Inventory stats, quest log. There we go. So now there's no difference in their animations. But my inventory is rendering really weird. What? There we go. Of course, when you click on stuff, it doesn't work. But that is because onClicked needs a dispatcher for onClicked. Right. How do you render the character in the inventory? That is done via a render target and a material. So inside the player, player, I have this scene capture component 2D that is just positioned in front of the guy. And then we have a texture target, which is a render target here. And then that sets it to be this material. And all you're seeing inside here is the material that's rendered on there. That's it. Super easy. But easy when you know how. I'm trying to make simple motion machine AI to just move towards player. The sample AI is too complex. I can't find anything to. What? The sample AI is too complex in 5.7. Blueprints AI. The only sample AI that's provided is the state tree one that looks for like the object that's in the state tree tutorial, unless I'm missing something. Oh, there's a patrol one as well. Move to a random location and wait. That's the worst AI. Where's the levels? Falco Gaming DK. I'm good, mate. How are you? See what is cracking off with this AI. Do we have enough mesh? We don't have enough mesh. Let's add enough mesh. Nav mesh. Nav mesh. So this AI should just do a random roam. But it's not. Random roam. What are some systems that I reuse a lot? Oh, that is. It's a good question. Can I be more general? Like, just stuff that I reuse constantly and makes my life so much easier. I would say a good animation pack I reuse like constantly. And I have, let's jump back in here a sec. Where are you? So I've got this macro here, this macro library, which gets components, which means that wherever I am in a component, because I tend to use components a lot, then I can just drag and get this rather than having to do 3 nodes. Like, it's not much, but it saves a hell of a lot of work. And then this function library, I use this all the time. This is just a function that I can call from absolutely anywhere that opens and closes a widget. It's so simple and so stupidly done, but this is what I reuse constantly. And in terms of what I would reuse most of all, like, yeah, combat systems, like combo systems I tend to reuse a lot. Problem with combat systems are quite bespoke is what I've realized. They can either be what's it called, like super bespoke to a game. So if you think about I've got a combat system for a tutorial that I've just not done yet. That's from a game called Absolver, and that combat system is insane, like just ridiculous. But a normal, just a hack and slash combat system, you could probably plug and play most places. This isn't the mover example AI controller. Let's just check this a sec, see what state this is actually going to do. So this is the AIC for the state tree. Just want a normal basic. Okay, so this uses the subtree. Okay, cool, right, that's fine. Give me blueprint class, AI controller. Just create that one for a sec. AI patrol. Also, what is that mover controller doing? Mover. Is that in the engine plugins here? This is doing nothing. Well, that's useful. Let's see. We just made a new AI controller. So all we need to do is on begin play, run that controller. But I've lost it, obviously. AI patrol. We need to add the state tree pot. State tree AI. And then start logic. Is that the right one? Start logic. There we go. And we want this to just be the patrol guy.
For security.
And AI patrol. Paw patrol. There we go. Now he's on his patrol. So like the AI isn't super complex in here. It's just the AI that's been provided is for a very specific purpose. It's for the smart objects. But then like this AI is just patrolling, so if you want an AI that sees you, you need to change. It all depends on how you want to do it. So if you want to do it in a state tree base, then you would need to add in different states, like he's seen me, change the state from this to this. If you want to do it in a behavior tree, or if you want to just hard code it, it all depends on what you want to do. But the basic AI in here isn't complex. You need a controller and something that runs off the controller, and that's it. Like you can even just do it in blueprints. Smart objects seems way complicated. It's been out for ages, but it's been like pushed on 5.7. Falco gave it. You consider making some guides? Do it. Do it. No man, it's scary putting yourself out there. I get it. I do. I'm like someone who's putting themselves out there, but I think you just, if someone cares enough to comment, even if that comment is this is bad, then at least that's a conversation you can engage in and you can learn from that. Because right now, what you're in a silo, yeah? You're on your own, probably chatting to maybe a couple of game devs on a Discord or whatever, and you might be able to, and they also may be learning at a different pace. But you put yourself out there and say, this is the system I've created, then people can comment on it, and as long as you've got thick skin, like don't do it if your mental fortitude is not great, like because it'll batter you. But if you've got thick skin, do it, man. You'll only have something to gain from it, and if you can help people learn, then that's fine. And people shouldn't be copying your systems direct anyway. You just get clones of games, so they should always change them up. Is there a difference in blueprint in the new Unreal Engine 5.7? Yes and no. You've got to be specific. Differences. Mover isn't a character blueprint. Mover is a pawn blueprint, but there's still the old character motion like logic. So if you're looking to use Mover, which is the way of the future, then yeah, there's a hell of a lot to learn. It's crazy, like absolutely insane, because it just doesn't use generic stuff that you're used to. It's a complete overhaul. It's a pain in the ass, honestly, but and then there's like a couple of weird differences, like play montage for a mover character has to use the mover actor play montage. Like, so yeah, it's different, but it's not crazy different. Is it more easy to work than Gasp ALS? Are we talking the Polygon Hive project? If we're talking the Polygon Hive project, it's difficult, man. Because like I know that Polygon Hive put a lot of work into that, and it's like pretty optimized and pretty good. Whereas this has got no support. There's no video. Well, I say there's no videos on Mover. There's no comprehensive videos on Mover at all in terms of general 5.7. So like there's some bonuses to move into 5.7 for your Gasp ALS project, and the main bonus that's a fun little node, isn't it? Contact and sort R equals 1 minus contact times 100. That's interesting. So the main bonus is, although it doesn't seem to be in this CMC, but in the Mover CMC, you get access to this foot placement setup, which is this procedural rig, which should fix most foot placement stuff, but there's no reason why you can't come in and just grab this and move it across. And I expect that Polygon Hive will probably update his project to include this, although don't quote me on it because I don't know the book. But I would expect that you'll see some changes to the Polygon Hive project to include 5.7 and include the foot placement nodes and the foot IK stuff. But like Mover doesn't use generic motion matching and choosers. So here it's set up to run this horrible blend stack. I hate it. There's some like bonuses to it because in previous iterations you couldn't run multiple animations, whereas now it loops between these idle and bounces between them. So there's more than one idle playing here because that's the option. There should be like a Henry Cavill arms reload playing at some point, which I think is a sick animation. Alright, I'm just waiting for it. King, am I from up north? No, Midlands. Midlands. You sound like you're from down south. I just have a very deep voice. Some people have said. I hope that answers your question. Yeah, no more questions. No more questions, Your Honor. No more questions. What was I doing? I was doing something. I can't remember what I was doing. Yeah, combat systems. So this is my stupid Absolver combat system. So you can see at the top it's running through different attacks, and then if I press a button, can't remember what button, it's on 2, we can set up for different combos. So right now it's running the left hook into the right one hand backspin into nothing because I haven't unlocked anything there. And then if I want to run an alternative that drops me from this top left to the top right, then it will jump from this row to this row. This UI is awful, and this is why I hate UI design, because I can't make nice UI. This is just shocking. Without spending so much time that I just don't like spending. So yeah. If I run this now, you can see my combo has changed. But then also in this combat system, there's dodges, but there should be a feint. There we go. I'm pretty proud of this. So yeah, it's got input map here, it's got input stuff and dodges and all sorts, but that's a tutorial for another day when I can be bothered to record it. But it's pretty much done. I thought it was fun. So yeah, combat systems differ by games and for games. So am I interested in any paid one-to-one work? Yeah, but also maybe. It depends what it is, man. I need more information. I don't want someone to pay me for something and me not be able to deliver it. So like I've done paid commissions before, and I've been very clear that the scope is what the scope is, and if I can deliver it, then I'll deliver it, and that's fine. But if someone came to me and says, I want to make World of Warcraft in a day or an hour, then I'm not even going to accept that job, even like, yeah, even if you paid me however much money, just because I can't deliver on that promise. So it all depends on what it is, in all seriousness. But you can drop me a message and I'll talk to you. I've got no issue about that. The latest version of ALS Gas, you already played the 5K. Drop me my email's on the channel, and like drop me a Discord message if you want. It's perfectly fine. I honestly don't. In terms of Gasp ALS, I have checked it out, obviously, because who hasn't checked it out? It's a great project, but I don't use it. Yeah, it's not that I have anything against it. I think it's great. I just don't use it. I don't know why I don't use it. I just don't.
Oh, abilities.
Why do you do these things to me, Unreal Engine?
Oh, so good to me, Dad.
Set is enabled. Set is enabled. Oh, what a... Have I done this the wrong way around?
What could I have?
What a... Okay, let's test this. I might have just done this. I've obviously, because I'm an absolutely donkey, I've done this the wrong way around, haven't I?
I knew something was off.
Backseat game dev. You telling me that you already knew that, did you? At 11 years old, you're saying to me that, yeah, I knew that.
No, I didn't. I just felt like.
Oh, you felt like it. Like, you must be a child prodigy, kid. This took me a year to learn. No, you're cool. You alright?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Is Black Eye camera worth it? It's a good question. Shall we take a look at Fab?
Maybe.
Backseat Game Dev says maybe, which is not the answer to the question. Black Eye camera. This one. Didn't Clyde do a...
Doesn't seem more fair.
I'm pretty sure Clyde did a whole thing on Black Eye camera. I don't know if...
No! Oh, come on! Okay.
The cameras will figure it out. Sentient cameras. Oh, it does a lot of stuff. I've not used it. I can't tell you like precisely if it's worth it. But it does do a lot of stuff. But there's no real reviews to it. This is the main problem. Like, if you're gonna buy something, like do leave a review on it, because like it just helps people pick up stuff. Yeah, honest answer, couldn't tell you. Don't know. It seems worth it. I think you should probably
Go away!
find some like actual reviews on it, make sure that it's doing what you need it to do. Oh look, there we go. It's all working. But obviously this could be better.
Just look at what they were talking about. Just wants to chat on it.
I think I can just make this a select, right? We create a custom event, I create an enum that moves between it. Don't need. Where's that going? Alright, there we go. Greetings from Utah, USA. Man, that is so far away. I saw something the other day in a Discord that was someone saying that they can drive 5 hours, and like everyone was like, "Oh yeah, that's rookie." And I'm like, I don't drive an hour in the UK to anything because that's too far. People are like in the USA just casually driving 5 hours and then 5 hours back. Like, that's 10 hours of your day. What is that? That's madness to me. But each and all, it's crazy distances. Right, what am I doing here? So that's fine. We've made that do more than I wanted to do, which is good. So now we can turn off that stupid unhover, which is good. I like that to be gone. Man, that's nuts to me. I think if I drive 5 hours in the UK, I'm probably close to another country. Like, madness, mate. Madness. Can't claim the character design. The character design was not me, but basically any art stuff is someone else. Any code stuff is mine. But this has been years in the making kind of thing. Right, so I want to take the Niagara effects off the sword, because that sucks. So that's fine, but yeah, okay. So there's some problems here. I already know about this one. Let me see. When do I use map variables? Wow. When I want something, let me show you a couple of different map variable setups. Blueprints, components, combat, equipment. equipment. So when I want somewhere on a different, like this one's, I think this is probably the correct one. Appreciate you, man. Have a good one. Why are these both integers? So maps are good when you want to have like a pairing. So yeah, attributes are good for them. Depends how you do your attributes. What did I do the other day? Attributes is probably the best use case for them, depending how you work them. I don't like large switch statements personally. Just I think they get unruly. I don't like huge structures, so I try and keep things as much as it is. Use the ion cannon, mate. If I had an ion, I haven't even set up spells in this. I need to set up like fireballs and all sorts. But I wanted this combat to feel good first, and the inventory to feel good, and we're getting there slowly. Once I fix those horrible Niagara effects, that is what I was doing before I got absolutely distracted. Yeah. So kind of bored about 36 hours. Yeah, 36 hours I'd be like halfway across Europe. What's the easiest way to make an enemy AI, and what makes it hard to make advanced enemy AI? I don't think there's anything that makes it too difficult. I think there's a lack of enemy AI tutorials, with probably the best ones being Ali's enemy AI tutorial, but I don't think it's overly difficult to make enemy AI. I just think it's daunting. I mean, Fat Man, you've made enemy AI. Like, you, once you get your head around it, I think it all sinks in and it's all fine. It's like anything with Unreal. Once you've done it a few times, it makes more sense how things work and where everything slots in. If we take this bear, go to the bear. There's a bear over there. Where's his AI? So this AI uses the AI perception component, senses the actor, tells it that the actor has been set. Well, that's your basic setup. That's how it knows what the actor is. Okay. Turns off searching so that it stops searching if he is searching, and makes the enemy HUD appear. That's sort of a different setup, but that's pretty much what it does. If he hasn't successed it, he's lost it, then lost sight of an actor. This is just so I know where the last sight was. Sets the target actor to be false, so he doesn't know who he is. Check, and then sets the last known location as the last seen location, which is why I wanted this debug sphere so I know where that was. Then he turns on searching mode and he makes his HUD disappear again. And then inside the behavior tree, it's a question of which behavior tree is actually running. Pretty sure this one's the one that's running. Yeah. So in this behavior tree, anything that's on the left is the highest priority. So as soon as one of the conditions on the left is set, it will jump into this no matter where it is, because I've told it to abort anything of lower priority. And then this will be its. So yeah, we set these two conditions at the top. So if he's dead, and if he is not dead. So it's constantly searching to see if he's dead or if he's not dead. And if he's dead, then it stops all of this because we set it to abort anything with a lower priority, and anything underneath this is lower priority. And then, so if he's not dead, now we're checking to see if the target actor, if he's seen him, and if he hasn't seen him, then it runs this patrolling code. And if he has seen him, well, if searching is set, it runs to say it's searching, and if we're not searching, then we're patrolling. Like, it looks more complicated. The attack stuff is more complicated, but your basic setups are really easy. I mean, every AI, either plugin or tutorial that I've seen, does idle, patrol, chase. Then when they finish chasing, they do like a basic attack, and then factions, and that's it. And that to me is really boring, but lots of people do it. It's partly why I haven't done any AI tutorials. So once he's seen the actor, we check the distance to the target, and then we set the focus, which means that he like follows the character. I set his movement speed to be running, and then I find a point around the character to strafe, and he moves to that. This EQS stuff is ridiculously powerful and isn't covered a hello enough. So then what happens is we check this range to see if he is less than 500 meters or more than 500 meters. If he's more than 500 meters, we run through this code again. If he's less than 500 meters, we say that we're close, and we choose a random action from the 3 that I've got. So you can run 3 different attacks. We get the best distance to the attack, and then we find a good spot on that best distance, and we motion warp to it. This bit's complicated. And then we just perform the attack. And that's it. I'm pretty sure. Yeah. If I set this up, then there's also a long range attack as well. Mr. Bear. I don't know if I actually have set up a long range attack, so he might just be frozen now. Yeah, I didn't think I had. I knew there's a reason I do stuff. Sometimes I just can't remember what it is. But yeah, factions are pretty much the same as Fatman has said, just like either specific tags, actor tags, or gameplay tags, and it just checks them. Or even just a boolean that I'll do too. Just to say part of red team, enemy. Like multiple ways of doing it. Depends on what you want. Character items data table. Where's my data table? Blueprints, items, DT items. The sword. Have I got a pickup sound effect yet? No. Or an equip one. That sucks. Bin both of those off for a sec. And then do the rest. There was a question up here. What's the question that I missed? Which Niagara VFX bundle is the best realistic, like, or VFX? Like, that's a. It's a tough question to answer, though, right? Because technically, none of them are the most realistic. Like, I've never seen anyone pop a fire aura on themselves while they're casting a fireball. Like, it's what's the word? There's a fun word for it. Contradictory, but it's better than that word. I can't remember what it is. Oh, fat man, you're educated. Like, you must know the better word than me. Into best VFX pack, that's a really difficult one. There's so many. I like things by Dr. Game. I'm pretty sure there's a VFX pack that's available on Fanatical now. I don't know how realistic it is compared to what you want. Fanatical. Come on. Oh, there you go. Yeah, it's still on. 100 totally unreal, real VFX. For like £15.25. It's ridiculously priced. Like, there's gonna be some here, hopefully, that do what you want. Trying a quick crash course in Anim Notifiers. Anim Notifiers, you can right click and add a notify. You can make it a montage notify, and then when you are firing your animation, you can call on begin notify here and type in what it is. Don't do that. It sucks, and anyone that teaches you how to do that is annoying. Do you know why? Because you can do a switch to have it read multiple, right? But suddenly, I've got like 10 different notifiers for different things, like a VFX, a cast, an aura, and all sorts. And now I've got to include one for each of these case statements. Frustrates the hell out of me. Don't do that. What you should do, and what doesn't get taught enough, is create animation notify classes. So right click, blueprint class, anim notify. Create one of these bad boys. And then in functions, you can do receive notify and send some code to do whatever it is that you want. Pardon me. So in here, I have a animation notify state and an anim notify for VFX. So if I open this up, it'll run the code that's in BPC combat component in my attack VFX, and that is just a function that runs. I don't need to do a massive switch statement or anything, which means I can then take that code and put it elsewhere as well. So that's just a real pet peeve. But what's the best tutorial for an inventory system? So Unreal, what's it called? Unreal Click Unreal has a good one. I mean, you've got to include Ryan Laley's inventory tutorial in there. It starts multiplayer and then stops being multiplayer. I don't quite understand what happened, but. And then what else is there? There's. Whoa. What's his name? Crystal Clear? Yeah, Crystal Clear Studios or something. And he's got a good inventory tutorial as well. See, the other problem here, right? And again, this is something that just annoys me. Is my character's got a sword, and so I want the Niagara effect to be on the sword, but these animation notifiers when you set them up here, so this is just the default one, they only use the skeleton that it's attached to rather than the actual weapon, so therein lies the problem. I'd hype it if it was out, mate. Like, and yeah, so there's an upcoming Tarkov tutorial that seems like it will be good. Taking Grace is very good. I've just recommended you one. Okay. Why is that not working? And underscore R. So for an ammo pickup system, you want the pickup to be a interactable blueprint, and then you don't need to touch the data table. It all depends on how you want it to be, whether you want it to be a pooled ammo system, i.e., like you can have ammo across weapons, or if you want it to be a per gun or per bullet system. Like I don't know what ammo there is, like 7.62 or something, or like hollow points or whatever, and that's the ammo you pick up and that's the ammo you use. Where are the weapon trails? Oh, that's Ultra Dynamics guy. That's not the one. There should be a weapon trail in here. No, okay, maybe not then. To the testing ground. Testing ground. We are looking for. What are we looking for? Slash EFX. Niagara. Basic. Let's go to the map first, because I don't know what I've got. Which sounds about right. But one of these was meant to be basic. There's nothing basic about any of these. Someone doesn't know the meaning of the word basic. Just want to. That might do. Yeah, mate. I'll tell you what. Send me a cup of tea. No, mate, tea is like warmed up water and coffee is horrible. I think I've had too many bosses with like stale coffee breath, and I just can't now. Where are you? Stylized slashes, cross slashes, ground slashes. What's a Cassidin slash? What's an easy real slash? Man, slashes are tough. Just want one that attaches. Nope. Not really what we're after. So yeah, I will take a look on Fanatical for VFX bundles, Terrid, the red 1991, and see if there's anything there. There's a current bundle that's looking pretty solid. This'll do, maybe, hopefully. Hammer flail and ground hit, no. Right, okay. Now we just need to work out so the trail sword here, which is what we want. But does this just attach to anything? To tolerate the color hue, the camera offset, what? Whoa, that's a bit tasty, isn't it? Okay, right, that'll do. That's the one we'll have. What do we take in? Yep. Okie dokie. Not that one. That one. Right, hopefully this solves a problem that we had. Yeah. Once I find it. Content. Slash hit VFX. NS. I always forget that my testing ground project is higher than my other one. Really don't want to have to import this. Mainly because I don't remember who it's by. So if I remembered who it was by, I wouldn't have too much of a problem, but I don't. Fab. Just do it and see what happens. go. Signing in, signing in. Is it this one? I feel like it might be. Yeah, because it's the halberd. Let's give it a blast. Seems like the one that we want. This one. Yeah, that's the old way. Slash hit. Nice. That's already looking pretty solid, but if I go to this data table, this is where hopefully I can figure this bit out. Slash VFX, this one. Going to attach to is start. Whoa, fingers crossed. That's no good. Let's reload that, see what happens. Whoa, dirty. So that's good, but as you can see, the top of it is further on than I want the weapon, which is the problem I've got with all of these things. So maybe the start location should have been the end. Nah, to be fair, that's probably worse. What we need to figure out is where it touches. So, I mean, these like marks great. I don't know enough about Niagara.
What is it?
There's got to be a way of attaching it from point A to point B, right? Not just the offset of the axis. Like, okay, so we got parameters. But we want user parameters. I think you might have confused that with the waterfall, mate. It's just a ridiculous system. I mean, you're awake now. Your ears must have been burning, pal. Okay, go on, Mark. Let's see if we can. Let's see if we can figure out the issue. So, this sword here. This looks like good, but obviously, it's attached itself to the wrong point. So we want to dynamically attach the top of it to the top and the bottom of it to the bottom, so that it's always in line with the weapon, no matter what weapon that we're using. And that's the thing I just can't figure out. There's gotta be a way. What? I mean, all my mesh use 2 sockets, a start and an end, so that's not an issue. And I'll notify for each, one starting, one ending. Yeah. And in the Niagara, you need a dynamic. What, in the Niagara system itself? Okay. So what parameter is that even going to be? Object. Does this read a static mesh? No. That'd be too easy. Yeah, mate, Mark, you lost me, mate. So this is where we will stay. for the time being. Which is still fine, but could be better. Once we figure out how to make it better, it will be better. Transition. Andy. How's it going, Andy? Right. Combat. What's combat what I was wanting to do? Yeah. Because we want to do a custom event. Destroy. Oh, destroy VFX. Then promote that to a variable. You got a blue star because you're a YouTube member, mate. Members get blue stars. I don't make the rules, just enforce them. Destroy component. Okay. So here is where so VFX does this. Yeah, no, that is what I would do. So I want this Niagara system to be part of a map. Kind of want it to be the other way around, but Niagara particle system. Yep, that's fine. Should be able to use that location in the small system attached node. No, it shouldn't be, because it should reference the main hand SM and then reference the bone to attach to that's on the main hand SM, which will be start. Because all the weapons have the start variable. And then, what is this key? Remind me. EVFX. So we want to do this so that when we add our VFX, so I'm going to get this map, add. We're going to add this key here and this VFX to this map. And then we're going to find the VFX that we're trying to cancel at a certain point. And make sure it's valid for a start. And then we'll destroy it. Because what if we want like a what's it called? Like a warm up, like an aura setup going, and then like flames shooting off as well. And then we want those to be separate VFX that end at separate times or meet separate conditions. We can't have one variable for VFX because it would just be overwritten by that. So this will be our active attack VFX. And then what we can do is inside of our one hit combo, when it reaches here, we'll create a new notify. So we want start VFX and end VFX, or stop VFX. And then you got to remember what you call it in this thing. I called it destroy VFX because what a donkey. Stop VFX. And then in one hit combo, we right click and add equal to stop VFX. Type of slash. And that's fine because we've not put it on all three yet. It's so barely noticeable, but I know it's there. And that's the bit that's bothering me because I know it's there. Yeah, that's fine. But it might just be one of those things that is perfectly fine to wait until another day to fix, which it definitely will be fixed another day, but right now, probably not. Okay, so slash okay, wait a second. You what, blood? Top module. I'm not seeing anything that says local space mate. Oh, okay. Like they're all local space except this trail. Let's see what happens now. Oh, you broke it. Yeah, no, yeah. Can't be local space. We got that, we got that, we got this. What am I using here? Start. Start. It's just one of those things that like, oh, this has bugged me. What? Okay, I'll sort that in a sec. What an idiot! I've not even put the notifiers in. It's one of the things that bugs me is like I just don't know how to change the size of a Niagara thing, because not all of these swords are going to be the same size, right? They might all use the same combo, but they're not all going to be the same size. So not being able to adjust the size on the fly to the size of the sword isn't ideal. Like this axe, for instance, right? It uses the one-hand combo attack, but it'd look ridiculous. Where's the axe? You're probably not. Hmm. Maybe I'm overthinking it because that wasn't awful. Like, it's not noticeable enough, maybe. So I know it's there, and that bothers me. But it's not noticeable enough that other people know it's there. Yeah. Okay, maybe I'm fretting over nothing then. I've been reassured. Right, so let's fix this one up properly, and then we can move on. So 5 damage. And radius of trace 10. Sound effect. Effect. Do we have a whoosh? Okay, that's cool. Let's see what some of these sound like. This is not a bad little pack. We haven't set up our camera shake just yet. Right, so combo 2, 7 damage. Trace from the start, ends at the end. 10. We can use the same sound effects. And we can use the same VFX. Combo 3. Same sound effects, same VFX. Damage. Let's make it 9. Start and 10 again. So now I should be able to take these actions. Wooden sword, paste, poison rapier, paste, ornate sword, paste. So all the weapons have just been updated. So I should be able to perform a 3-hit combo of all the weapons that pops out. God damn it, man. Okay. Why you gotta do that to me? Right, what are we looking at? We're looking at the sword. Oh, okay. No, I know why. Here. When there's jagged in your render, what's the render on? Like, are you rendering a render target, or are you rendering a whole ass what's it called? Thing. I can't remember what I'm even saying. Like a movie. And then if I add another notify, add notify, what's the SFX? Stick to one naming convention. It will cause you way less headaches. Don't be like me. Here, add notify, play combat sounds, add notify, the whoosh effect. And then finally, add notify, start VFX. Probably just needs to be a bit earlier. Start VFX. slash, and then add notify, play combat sound, play the whoosh. Okay, so that now should work for all three. We'll save before our computer crashes. What is the game about? Was a good question. It's just a little RPG about loss and grief and overcoming obstacles. That's looking solid. Although I want different animations at some point. Which means that all that hard work just setting up those anim notifies is really going to pay off. Why aren't you working? Sweet. Yeah, Mark, if you figure out how the hell to make that work, that'd be good, man. Because it's such a minor thing, but it's such a huge difference being able to reuse these VFX add SFX added to all weapons. We commit our project so that we don't make a mistake, and then because we've succeeded something, we swap to this one. Right, let's see what the crack is. Here, I want to test something out that's been bothering me. Transition to slide. Is this running every tick? Slide transition. It fucking is. Sorry. Huh. Right, okay. So, what happens if I add a second one? Transition to slide. Transition to slide 1. Here's one I prepared earlier. Change that to 1. It's running all of them. Well, that is an interesting development. What? It's running in them twice? Base movement, slight transition, 1. Why is it printed in one of them twice, but the other one not? You what, blood? That makes 0 sense as to why it's doing that. BP movement, transition to slide. Duration 0. So, why is it checking that twice? Is it checking that twice because it's also checking it somewhere else too? Oh, there's no transitions here. Transition from slide is here. Where's my flying one? Transitions, immediate movement transition. Let's delete that a sec. No, it just likes to read this one twice. Is it reading it? This one twice, sorry. Of all the confusing things that things could be doing.
Hey, are you washing your hair? Is the shampoo up there or is it still downstairs? Yeah, 1 minute. 1 minute.
Right, so it's printing twice. And it's checking it every like tick. Wait a sec. Is it because put a tick prerequisite actor here? Nope. Although weirdly that didn't break anything, so if I do this, it's definitely gonna break something, surely. Nope. Okay. That's bizarre. I'm now obsessed with trying to work out why this is printing twice. Movement mode transition. Is it because it transitioned out of one and into another? That would make sense because it transitions from falling to walking first. So if I look here, it says the starting mode somewhere. Starting movement mode is falling, so let's set that to walking. No. So it's not as if it transitions on the start and at the end. It just runs through it 2 times on different triggers. Variables, integer. Can't write to these though, I'm pretty sure. Yep. Is read only within this context and cannot be written to. How do I trick this into letting me do what I want with it? Oh, I really don't want to do that. Yeah, alright. We're just debugging now, so this should be fine. Sandbox character mover. Sandbox character mover. There we go. So inside here, just want a integer. Just want to make sure that it is running twice. I'm pretty sure it is, but print string. Okay. Okay. So it's not running twice. It's just running once. Constantly. No, that's wrong. Something's wrong there. Plus plus. Yep. Should have seen that coming, you absolute idiot. Okay. So now we know that these transitions get checked every tick. And that's something that we didn't know before. Well, we suspected. But we also know that these values can't be changed inside. So let's check what movement mode walking looks like. So these values are read only, so you can't write to them. So what happens if I want to make supersonic speed? Shall we try it? Let's see. BP, movement, mode, super speed. Let's go back to our mover. And we're going to add in a new one for super speed. And then movement mode, super speed. $800, $800, $800, $800, $800. All of these are fine. Mover. So on ground, transition to slide is fine. This is fine. Yes. So we need a transition now from here to our super speed transition, or I can force it. Forcing it's fairly simple. I just say Q next movement mode, and it queues it up to be changed. Let me see if I can show you. Super speed. I'm fastest footboy. But now I've dropped into the falling mode, which has put me back into walking. So I press 1 again. I'll go back to super speed. If I press 1 again because I've got it on flip flop, I should go back to walking very gradually. And there's our super speed. But he's not really sprinting. Why is that? So when I press the sprint button, he drops into a wants to sprint. Oh man, this is like mixing 4 different technologies. Player input state wants to sprint, because I can't change this player input state because it doesn't exist as a blueprint. Player input state. Player. No wait, can I? Yeah, I can. Once the crouch wants to do this, where does this go though? So inside here, we're looking for the crouch. We get the current movement mode, which is the movement mode map. So let's add super speed. And then we find it to see if we are on ground or sliding. And if that's true, we check if the character is crouching. And if it's false, we say want to crouch. But inside our movement to slide, this checks if we're going more than 380, which is our sprint speed, the basic sprint speed, and then checks if we also have the gameplay tag and then jumps us into that. So if I check mover for the walking, we can see our sprint speed. Our run speed is 375, which is why we can only sprint when we're doing 380 over the sprint speed. Because we're pressing hold to do sprint and getting up to 585. That makes sense. I think I've cracked it. But this is still absolutely horrible to work with. So we've got a walking mode here that has a transition to slide. This transition to slide runs constantly. Well, now I really want to know what you said. And yeah, my kids read this stuff. Although they're not going to watch this one. I think I've swore like 4 times. So the question is whether this tag makes a difference. A list of the tags associated with this movement mode. Does that mean that it adds them or removes them or has to have them to come into the movement mode? That is a question. So we're keeping an eye on oh blimey, what is this? Do they not just have a way of like changing? Oop. Wait a second. What I was working on was my game, and then I did something in my game and was happy that I did something, and now I'm working on trying to crack this mover stuff. That's the ability system. This is the gameplay tag system. Get earned gameplay tags. No. Character mover tags. This is get component tags. So this checks if the mover component has gameplay tag defined. I'm with you, mate. Mover 100% is not. It is ridiculous for a start. Although we seem to have done an alright job. We've got super speed. I haven't done any animations, but we've got super speed. And we have flying. Again, with no animations. So now we can fly. All of which I thought was pretty cool, but it's pretty basic. So now we're trying to figure out the fly-in code is the most ridiculous code I've ever written, to the point that I just stole it from the previous iteration of Mover. It's so dumb. Right, let's see. Let's see what. So there's a way, so what, there's not a way. There is the character mover as gameplay tag. I just want to print all the tags. Container? Is that a thing? Or you could just get the tag container of an object and then loop for it to print them all.